Alright, so today I want to talk to you about photography portfolios. And the reason that I'm now bringing this up is because um, I recently had a lot of comments on my personal blog asking me about what I think about photography portfolios and whether or not it's important to put one together and how it should be done. Now, a lot of the information I'm going to get today is going to come from an article that I read recently. And I'm just going to put this out there that this article is not written by me, and I want to give full credit to the author, whose name is Federico Allegria. And this article was posted online. I don't remember what website I found it on, but I printed out a copy of it just so I could read a couple excerpts from it for this article. And the first excerpt I want to read is the from a section titled "Formats You Could Have Your Portfolio In." Actually, no, that's not true. The first section I want to read is actually the beginning of the article. Um, what it says is putting together a photography portfolio. It really does matter how you do it. That's the title of the article. The first line says, "Photography portfolio is a word you've almost certainly heard already in the concept of photography. We can define a portfolio as a group of work collected in a specific format. One of the main characteristics of a good portfolio is that it applies to a specific topic or niche. Somewhat like workflow, a portfolio is sometimes misunderstood as curation or something similar. What follows is not the ultimate portfolio is not the ultimate guide to portfolio crafting. However, I'll try to define the true purpose of having a consistent and targeted portfolio." Now, basically what I got from that is that what he wants to basically say is today portfolios are really important because before anybody's going to hire you as a professional photographer, they really just want to see what you're capable of doing and what some of your past work looks like. But a lot of portfolios can be misunderstood as something else. They can be misunderstood as advertisement or like somebody trying to sell their work online when that's not what it is. It's a way to just showcase what kind of work you do and what your work looks like to potential customers. So that's the first thing I want to say. Next, I'm going to read the next part, which is formats you could have your portfolio in. And what it says is this: portfolios used to be simple. It was just a bunch of photographs inside a sober black box. Remember those days? Today we have a wide range of format options: web pages, videos, PDF files, photo books, and printed versions. There is no perfect format, and some options are better suited to certain situations than others. And I couldn't agree with that more. Because if you're looking for customers and you're relatively new, I think the best way to do that is to put your portfolio out on the internet. Because when a lot of people are looking to hire a professional for anything, including photography, they're going to look online. And if they see your work on your personal website or portfolio website, such as 500px, that may convince them to hire you. But if they can't see your work and they don't know what you're capable of, they may look for somebody else. Now, if you're going to a job interview to work at a photography firm, then it might be best to have a printed version of your portfolio to bring with you and to show the interviewer. If you're applying over the internet, it might be nice to have a PDF file to send to them. And so, as they said, all of these different formats can have their advantages in certain situations as well as their disadvantages. Okay, the next part I want to read, it says, defining a specific tone. Defining a specific tone is important if you're willing to present your portfolio to a client with certain tastes you'll want to please. Okay, so that sounds complex, so let's look at an example. Imagine you were a corporate portrait photographer, and all of a sudden you have an opportunity to show your portfolio to the CEO of a massive firm. You should invest in a sophisticated-looking package to present the best of the best from your corporate portrait portfolio. You should present a generous gamut of work inside the aforementioned volume, but it shouldn't be tiring to look at. In my opinion, between 20 and 35 pieces is perfect. Speaking of quality, it's good to define a scope for any portfolio. If you shoot in more than one photographic style, you should keep separate portfolios. Nowadays, I'm trying new things like environmental portraiture. If I get good results, I'll keep this work apart from my current portfolio that highlights my social photography. If you want to know more about what an environmental portrait is, just look at the work of Arnold Newsman, the master. I think that's another important thing. If you specialize in several different forms of photography, like portrait photography, landscape photography, street photography, photojournalism, or anything else, keep separate portfolios. Don't put them all together into one, because then when you go to show that to a potential client, they don't know what they're looking at. Because maybe they want to hire you to be a portrait photographer. But in your portfolio, there's portraits, but there's also pictures of dogs, there's pictures of random people out in the street, there's pictures of just a random forest. They're not going to think of you as a portrait photographer, they're going to think of you as just a normal photographer. They're not going to see you as having what they're actually looking for, so you might not be the person that they decide to hire. Portfolios today can be really complicated in my opinion because of the wide array of options and different ways to put them together. But at the same time, they can also be a necessary thing because without a portfolio, it can be difficult to get a job or clients. I have put together a couple of different portfolios for myself for when I eventually try to get some jobs in the world of photography, focusing mostly on photojournalism, covering local events for my blog mostly, such as I have articles on local crimes and fires. I have pictures I take of school events, pictures I take of sporting events around the city, anything like that, and that's what that portfolio focuses on. Then I have another where I focus on my portrait work, and another where I focus on street photography. So I have 3 separate portfolios right now, and I didn't just mash them all together into one, because to me that wouldn't feel right. And I'm actually currently working on my 4th portfolio, which is going to be as an event photographer with birthday parties, weddings, anything like that where I shoot events. And I don't want that mashed in together with all my other portfolios because it can confuse potential clients and they won't realize what they're hiring me for. So I want you to consider that if you're ever putting together your own portfolio and you need some advice, please look back at this video. In the description below, I'm going to try and put a few links to some articles and other videos that I think will help you with some advice on putting together your portfolio. A portfolio for a photographer is a very important thing. No portfolio can very often mean no job. A good portfolio can be the difference between getting a job and not getting a job. So please remember, as a photographer, your portfolio is a representation of who you are. What your portfolio shows is what your potential clients are going to think of you. So, if this video helped you in any way, please tell me about it in the comments below, and please click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video to see more videos like this. I'm going to be updating soon with another video concerning some of my recent work in time-lapse photography, where I've been traveling around my city of Johnstown taking time-lapses from bridges, the inclined plane, and other places to showcase what life is like in the city. Thanks for checking out my channel, and I hope you decide to come back.